So as much as I rib on on OK,
yeah,
and as much as I'm gonna keep no, don't worry, don't fall for it, don't fall for it, don't fall for it.
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 Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Anyway, as much I was about to compliment him. No, Little Mac OK is the worst player I've ever seen. Right. Apologies. Let me mentally reset into some semblance of professionalism. Apologies, sir.
We've had our fun. We've had our fun.
Right. Getting into this match, it is going to be a very interesting run, okay? Because OK is actually a really, really technically solid player. I know he plays a very, stereotypically gimmickly or cheesy character, but he knows his stuff. He has a lot of Little Mac tech at his disposal, and unlike other Little Macs where you just assume, oh, don't take him to FD, he has some really great platform setups. But as much as that technical prowess might be prevalent, eMass is a different beast entirely, and is someone who has such a fantastic fundamental understanding of the game.
Absolutely.
They really can push it all the way, so we're going to see what they can do. What do you reckon there, Azura? Can OK cheese it out?
Honestly, I know how much of a technical player OK can be. As you said, those platform setups, incredible stuff. He has really good ground control, especially as Lil Mac as well, and he's got really good awareness. But against the character that eMass is playing and has range, I don't know. Never mind. I spoke too soon.
That this ain't Elite Smash. Nobody's countering those, as OK is able to get him with the burst option. Fantastic stuff. He is forced off stage, but OK can make it back from these normally.
Oh, the up B is looking a little short there, as now both players are very much so on their even stocks.
And this is where the game really comes alive after you felt out that first stock, after you've made a quick comeback. Can OK bring it all the way back? He knows he's not doing it. He knows he's not making it back, and so he kills himself a tempo. Fantastic stuff. Going to see if he can... Well, not fantastic stuff. He just killed himself. But in terms of gameplay and efficiency, fantastic stuff. Going to see if he can push it all the way back. But eMass is just a force to be reckoned with. Going to see if they can pull it. But alas, he's just been made to look foolish, so to speak.
It's, again, at the start I thought, maybe there might be a little bit of cheese though. We did see the KO punch come out and there was a stock taken, so nothing to take away from OK, but playing against Lucina, it's such a tough matchup to deal with as Little Mac,
It's not easy, yeah, it's definitely not easy, and there is ways to adapt, there are ways to adapt to it that are fairly interesting. So Little Mac has quite a few mix-ups off stage that do make recovering a lot easier. This is why sometimes you'll see Little Macs come back from ludicrous places where they shouldn't really be. Sometimes Incineroar's recovery can be years worse than Little Mac's for a few reasons.
Definitely.
One of the main reasons that OK needs to utilize with a big asterisk is that if you counter mid-air recovering back to stage, you get a lot more horizontal momentum. Right. And he's been beaten out by these tilts and by these fares. So theoretically, if he can counter them, he makes it back for free. But the second eMass clocks on that he's just going to counter in mid-air, it's over. And so really, it's a pick your poison type of scenario. It's very hard to get out of it.
Now, I mean, I don't know if the stage pick will help in any way, but we've got a bigger space here, and I'm sure OK knows this, and he's going to try and use this to his advantage. He goes ahead and takes a couple hits.
Yeah, 4 up tilts in a row. Not quite going to do it. Going to go for it again as well. But eMass, the disjoint's just doing fantastic work. He's got to go low, but he's got no jump. He's burning them so early. And it looks like eMass is just forcing his way out. There's not been a kill. There's not been a KO since that first punch. And maybe it's just going to be a quiet, empty whisper into the night there, Azura.
Maybe, and it's looking quite like that at the moment. Again, as you said before, I keep seeing OK trying to burn those jumps. He just does it way too early, and eventually it becomes his demise. And obviously Little Mac doesn't benefit from it too much. But right now, it seems like OK is starting to pick up a little bit right now as he has a bit more ground control.
We do have the poor man's FD, and he is making it look pretty good for himself, but eMass is just forcing him to be so unstable right now. You saw those KO punches being beaten out. He's just standing there. He's just standing there forcing disjoints. And unfortunately, OK not able to do much.
I think it works in eMass's favor because every time OK tries to dash in, those down tilts keep coming out to poke, and you can't really deal with it in terms of, just being there. But
yeah, what's he going to do? Throw a projectile?
Yeah, idiot. If only.
The move out now, going to get back throw off stage. You must think the stages are there. He can get a haymaker off. Fantastic use of that retreating platform, but the up smash pay for his crimes. This is an angry Lucina, and you can't help but think that if OK doesn't play the match of his life, he is going to go quietly into the night.
Yeah,
but to find a return kill, though.
Going to be put to sleep if he's not careful. Instead of getting the knockout, he might be the one that gets knocked out right down into the loser's bracket if he's not too careful right now. And he's trying to play a little bit more patient, as we saw before. I think there was a lot of panic and hesitation in the first couple of stocks, but it seems like now he's utilizing that ground control a little bit more. That could have been dangerous, but good spacing there from OK as he manages to go ahead and get some percentage. 44% on eMass right now.
Playing a lot more hit and run now. That's what you like to see. It's this commitment that's really forcing him into scenarios where he can be punished, as he is going for hard reads. Got a little bit too edgy right there. Goes nice and deep so he can't get followed or poked out, but the platforms are retreating. He's got to make his way back. Luckily the fast fall is not too bad. Doesn't quite go for a haymaker, but instead
patience.
That's what you like to see. And with a KO on the board and a big FD in succession, you might think he could possibly do it, but it's not looking too good. There's the counter we're talking about, but it does get enough time.
Beautiful upbeat, managing to survive there, and he's just holding on to dear life right there as well.
There's no KO in play. There's no tech to be seen. He's got the jump though, but it's just not enough. He hates that.
So short.
He's upset. He's just frustrated.
No, just so shy off of that ledge, and unfortunately it just falls to his demise there. Manages to take eMass to another, a much better game there from OK, but you know, his RB was not helping him in any way there. Yeah,
alas, just very, very unfortunate. We saw his use of counter that one time. It did work, but unfortunately, it's the only real time it is going to work in this scenario, and eMass just so fundamentally prevalent. You can't be too upset with it. You know, maybe you've made a bit of, maybe you've made a couple of miscalculations, but eMass solidifying himself as one of the best players. You know, easily probably top 3 UK at this point.
Easily.
We haven't seen good old James Belly Penguin for a while, but eMass has been really setting himself up as the new contender for the top, and so you can't feel too bad about being snuffed out by him.
100%. eMass is a very much just a force to be reckoned with in general, and you know, and it's dangerous stuff to sort of deal with. And when you get put into that position, it's like, damn, what do I do? You know.